For early humans, the ancient forest provided a total baseline for survival. Every calorie consumed, every drop of water found, and every branch used for shelter came directly from the surrounding landscape. Because the resources were so abundant, early tribes operated as pure extractors. They treated the forest as an infinite engine, assuming it would naturally replace whatever they took without any human intervention. This local abundance made the ecosystem appear invincible. However, that perception was a byproduct of low-impact foraging that had not yet tested the forest's actual biological limits. This total dependence, combined with a lack of understanding of those limits, created a false sense of security. The tribe was perfectly adapted to their current world, but they were entirely unprepared for the consequences of their own future growth. The human relationship with the forest changed with the introduction of a new survival tool, the constant maintenance of fire. Keeping a flame burning through the night for warmth and defense created an immediate and unyielding demand for high-volume fuel. To meet this energy requirement, the tribe moved beyond gathering fallen wood and began the aggressive, mass clear-cutting of living trees surrounding their camp. The benefit of the fire was immediate and measurable, providing safety and cooked food. But while the fire grew, the tribe remained blind to the long-term cost of stripping the land of its timber. By solving a short-term survival need, they inadvertently created a systemic threat to their own long-term existence. Without a canopy for shade or roots to hold the earth, the topsoil rapidly dries out and becomes unstable. Consequently, with no moisture retained, the subterranean groundwater table drops, leading to a measurable decline in the local river level. This triggered a tertiary effect. As the water vanished and the shelter of the trees disappeared, the local wildlife migrated away from the clearing in search of a viable habitat. For the tribe, the loss of these animals meant their primary source of protein suddenly vanished, leaving them in the middle of a self-made wasteland. This sequence proved the ecosystem could not absorb limitless extraction. An isolated action, cutting wood, successfully initiated a cascading failure of the tribe's entire support system. Amidst the hunger and the drying river, one member of the tribe began to notice that these environmental changes weren't random occurrences, but related events. By scratching primitive symbols into the dirt, they established an undeniable link between the volume of trees cut and the death of the river. As the tribe grew more desperate for food and water, the protagonist used these drawings to explain the crisis to the group, pointing to the empty forest as proof of their error. The message was clear. If clear-cutting continued, the river would never return, and the tribe would eventually starve. This realization completely shifted the tribe's perspective. It was the moment they recognized that their own survival was tied directly to the health of the habitat they inhabited. To reverse the collapse, the tribe adopted a strategy of strict moderation. They began extracting only the minimum amount of wood necessary for survival, ending the practice of mass clear-cutting. This diagram illustrates the second part of their strategy, active replenishment. The tribe realized that to maintain stability, they had to balance their consumption by planting a new sapling for every tree they harvested. The entire tribe began the physical work of repair, pressing new life into the cracked earth to restart the cycle of growth. Over time, the strategy worked. The new trees stabilized the soil, the groundwater levels began to rise, and the river eventually returned to its original banks. By learning to replace what they consumed, humanity moved from being a destructive force to becoming a stabilizing part of the forest's natural cycle. Environmental conservation is often discussed as a modern policy choice, but its roots are found in this prehistoric struggle for survival. This marked the birth of a stewardship mindset, a shift from simply consuming the world to actively managing its health. The data from this ancient forest reminds us that taking resources is only one half of the equation for biological success. Lasting survival is the result of a deliberate strategy. We must replenish the nature that sustains us today if we want to ensure our existence tomorrow.